Hang on one second.
Is he able to actually compose?
If you own the then why don't I have the fake letter that you and your little boyfriend, William Gloryhole, sent out? Because guess what? Nintendo don't send out the letters like this, which technically means I am part Jewish.
The downward spiral of Chance just keeps getting worse. After his last crash out on John and William, Southern Harlot, about shadowkai, he is now saying that he will never go back on a live or a stream with them. Well, as you can see from that first clip, he did. He claims that William Gloryhole tried to send him an Xbox that was an IED, and he also claimed that this Xbox was meant to burn down his house. He wants to start vlogging his life outside of the drama because he thinks people would like it. He had also contacted the ADL, and he's claiming now that he is Jewish, and he's still fighting over shadowkai. So we're gonna start with the fighting with John over shadowkai. So this was on a panel, and Chance said that he would never go back on a panel because he is done with it and he can't stand the trolls, but he goes back on and he's fighting with John over who actually owns shadowkai. Now John had somebody play the president of Nintendo, Doug Bowser, and Chance crashes out multiple times.
Have the proof.
I have all the rights to it and you know it.
You don't have it.
Jealous. You're jealous. You hate what you can't have. So you.
Dude, you don't have the rights. You don't have the rights. You don't have the rights, and we're happy to talk about it right now.
John, you are a thief. You are a piece of thief. You're mad because you got caught. You're mad because I got you shut down. This is your way of getting revenge. You're mad because you got caught for doing something you shouldn't be doing. So you.
What did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm fighting for my stuff. You're an art thief. You're an art thief. You're an art thief and you're an art thief and you're a murderer.
Whatever, bitch.
No, we could talk about it right now.
All right, then right now. Right the now. Show the proof that you own it because you ain't got I can prove it right now without even breaking a sweat. You can't do all you got are fake screenshots. I can do that live right here, right now. No sweat. Without breaking a sweat. But you gotta make up lie after lie after lie.
You're lying. You're lying. You've been lying about the whole thing. Show us the proof. You haven't shown anything.
Oh, bang, boy. Bang to your head. That's what you need to do with that that you threatened me with on that Discord call.
What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Pull the trigger, bitch.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, dude, you're so talented. Look at the talent, dude. Wow, you're so much talent.
What's the matter? You're mad because you can't do a metal scream like me. You're mad because you can't come up with like me. You're jealous of me. Admit it. You're jealous of me.
I'm jealous that I wish I could be 35 and live at home in my grandma's house. Yeah, you're jealous of me because I have shadowkai. I have shadowkai and you have nothing. You have nothing. You just talk to Nova. Nova is my assistant. It's all mine. You keep trying to steal my shit.
Oh my God.
Is that something that you want to be associated with?
My goodness. I have never experienced something like this before. I'm sorry, Mr. John. Sorry, I'm a little in shock here. That was...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was quite a spectacle.
I was trying to tell your team and your assistant that, like, dude, I'm sorry to call you dude. I'm very unprofessional. Forgive me. But I'm trying to explain, like, this is not something real. He's got all of his friends trying to contact Nintendo and all this stuff, and they're saying my name and whatever, and it's like, you have no reason to be involved, but he keeps bringing you in here, and it's like, it's my project, it's my art, everything is mine, and it's just like, he keeps thinking that for some reason he's somehow attached to it. So I mean, it's kind of like up to you to decide. Or professional opinion, do you think somebody like that is capable of performing these amazing pieces of art, this fantastic game? Do you think somebody like that is actually capable of doing something like that? Or alternatively, do you is that somebody that you think that Nintendo would want to be associated with?
We would 100% not be associated with someone like him. That was a disgrace. I do not know how another human being can go their life conducting themselves that way. Highly doubt that someone of that stature could create something like shadowkai. Is that thing human?
That is actually up for discussion. We do believe he's actually genetically at least 51% goblin. It's not actually defined, but because he's so demonic, I think goblin is probably the best description of who he is.
My assistant mentioned something about it having a tail.
Yes, he does have a vestigial tail. He does get feces stuck inside of it. And that's another thing too, is like, would you want this tail being dragged through your carpets that Nintendo he obviously wipes by dragging himself on the ground because he acts like a dog regardless. I mean, is there any scenario where you see this person ever doing anything with their life aside from in their own pants?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at the situation.
It's okay.
No, I do not.
Hang on one second.
Is he able to actually compose?
If you own the then why don't I have the fake letter that you and your little boyfriend, William Gloryhole, sent out? Because guess what? Nintendo don't send out the letters like this. They don't send physical letters. Don't believe me? Call up their support.
Mr. Bowser, as the president of Nintendo, can you tell me if Nintendo sells letters or not?
We definitely do. We send letters that cease and desist. I definitely am not so.
You ain't even the real guy from Nintendo.
You are one of the most unprofessional people.
This is not. Are you saying the president of Nintendo is not Doug Bowser?
He ain't there. It's a think.
Oh, so then, okay, pick up your cell phone and call Doug Bowser then. You said you have his phone number. You have his phone number. No, I'm telling you right now. Hey.
Not even the real former president of Nintendo on here.
As you can see, Chance can't even keep himself composed. Even if that was the real CEO of Nintendo, he wouldn't have been able to keep himself in check anyways. Also, what a kickback to Chris Chan, just trolling these locales with Nintendo. Also, William Gloryhole did show that he got a trademark patent for shadowkai through the United States as well, so now all own the trademark of shadowkai. Now let's jump into Chance's videos. So Chance made a video where he was saying that he's no longer going to go on panel with William, Southern Harlot, John. He's done. Now, Gordon, who Chance says, and I quote, is his formal dad. And he made a whole response to William and John having Gordon on his stream. And he said in the video that John and William tried to send him an Xbox that had an IED in it.
I'm here, Southern Harlots, and William and John. See, what you three don't realize is I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to devise a plan to spread more lies and rumors by getting my former dad on panel. But do you really think I give a? I don't. I really don't. I'm not going to get up on panel and fight with a man. Like, why would I want to fight with my former old man? But like I said, to Southern Harlot, to William and John, if you guys think that you're going to get me on panel ever again, you're not. Because like I said, that man, ever since he married Jenny, who, by the way, our entire family wants nothing to do with, even his own mom, my grandma, Marie, wants nothing to do with him because of that. But if you think that you're going to get me on panel just by having my former dad up there, who ever since he married her has not been a dad to me, who has been a lazy drunk, if you really think that you're offending me by spreading lies to him, by trying to get me up on a panel, by having him up there, he disowned me, so guess what? He's dead to me. I want nothing to do with him. And if you are going to do this interview, you better know about how you sent a bomb to my house, my family, because we all know that you did that. We all know that you and William and John had that Xbox sent here in my family. And don't forget about y'all trying to torch the van, trying to turn that into a bomb. So if anything, having him up there ain't gonna do nobody any good. It ain't gonna serve you guys any purpose. Do you not understand that concept? You guys have sat there, tried to threaten me with violence, tried to torch my mom's van and blow it up, tried to fund an Xbox disguised as an IED to my house.
Now this Xbox is going to be brought up in a lot of these videos, so after this video, Chance would make a Poor Me video about William making money off of him and making fun of him. He said that the Xbox that William sent him was meant to burn down his house. He says that he is going to go to a dark place and snap on someone because nobody is helping him. He says that law enforcement is not doing anything about this and he doesn't get it. He says he wants a normal life but won't get off the internet.
Right now, that terrorist, William Gloryhole, who I confronted, is making money right now as we speak. Making money off of making fun of me. Sitting there making fun of me and making bank. And yeah, I went on there and I confronted him and I told him that I wanted him in Southern Harlot. And there's a very good reason behind that. It's because this man and his friend, all his friends have sat there with him and tried to family 2 weeks ago using an improvised explosive device disguised as an Xbox One. That bomb that they sent was supposed to cause an electrical fire that was supposed to burn our house down. But thankfully the circuit breaker stopped the electricity from flowing so bad that it did that. Getting paid for harassing me and my family and making videos bashing on me and my family. To his little friend Southern Harlot. You sat there and said that you have proof of me talking to kids. No, the fuck you don't. The only proof you have are adults posing as kids. That's all you got. Because I am not playing. I'm about this close from fully snapping and going full onto a dark place that I fear I won't be able to come back from. I'll stop and I see my family get put in danger again. Honestly, I'm afraid of what I'm going to do. I'm terrified of what I will do if someone tries to harm me or my family again. Why is law enforcement not doing something? I don't get it. I don't understand why they're not taking this. I don't understand why they're not taking this seriously. I don't understand it. My family's lives are being put at risk, and yet nothing's being fucking done on the end of law enforcement. Why? I don't get it. So I can live a normal life again, and so they can lead a normal life again.
So Cyrex thought John was making a bomb on live, so he reported it to the police. He said that he got John to admit what he was doing is just for money, clicks, and views. He is mad about John and William making money using him. He's also starting to turn on other locals like Nova, Chris Chan. He tells John to go after Nova, Chris Chan, and the other pedos. He got in touch with the ADL, a Jewish group, and the Goblins said he did some research and he found that he was part Jewish. He said that the ADL is going to shut down the trolls and stop William and John.
When I genuinely thought that Marty's brother John was making a bomb right there live on live stream, I called the police, made a report, because I genuinely thought he was making a bomb. I really did. I honestly thought that because he made it look that way. But there was something that disgusted me even more than that, above all else. When I sat there and I confronted this man, I asked him, why does he do what he does? He would never give me an answer. And I knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to dodge what I was asking. And I already knew the answer, but I wanted it to come from his mouth. I tripped this man, John, up last night, and he don't even realize it. About partway through our conversation, I asked him again, why does he do what he's doing? And this time I said it in a way that was in a very demanding way. I wanted answers real bad. This man sat right there and said, for money, clicks, and views. Last night, he made over $5,000 off of me. When I confronted this man with his friends on panel, or right before they got on panel, I told him, I was like, you know what? Instead of going after people like me that aren't bad guys, you should actually really start going after guys like EDP, Tony the Black Dragon, and guys like Nova and Christian and shit like that. And he agreed. He was like, yeah, I should. And then the audacity to turn around and be like, that's why I go after you, because I'm not one. I got illegally entrapped. There is a fucking difference. But that's right, John, because you revealed to me why you guys really do what you do. Why? Because I got a hold of the ADL last night. And if you don't know what the ADL does, they stand up against people like John and William, and they stand up for people like myself that, you're of Jewish descent or not, they don't care. Granted, it's more potent if you are of Jewish descent, which I actually ended up doing some research with my little brother Ethan yesterday. Did a lot of research, actually. Come to find out that my birth father's last name is actually of both German and Jewish descent. Therefore, technically, I have both German and Jewish blood in me, by all technicalities. The last name Marx was originally German, but was adopted by Jewish. And then from then it spanned on. Therefore, I technically have both sides of my blood, which technically means I am part Jewish, by all technicalities. But I did inform the ADL of this and what's going on. I've got a case number, I have everything that I need. Because I am going full force with shutting these trolls down. Because I want to live my normal life again. I want to take back my life that I was robbed of. 2017 was the last time I ever had a normal life.
Next video, Chance was acting all smug. He said that he knew the trolls' plan and that them being on Taylor's account. He said that he got banned again. He also has like drool in his beard. He's saying that he's an expert in speaking patterns, and he figured out that Taylor was a troll because of how she was speaking, and because of this, Chance was able to get rid of the evil lurking on his Facebook. I will also say the audio quality on this one is not really good.
See, I knew what you were planning before you did. I already knew what you guys were planning right before you executed it. Well, you didn't think I didn't think about you guys being on Taylor's account pretending to be her. You're foolish. Matter of fact, I was counting on it. For those of you that don't know, I got banned for a week again. But that's okay though, because this time it was well worth it. Because this time I figured out the source of why I got banned. In order to find that information out, I had to play into their little plan. I had to play along. But in doing so, I figured it out. See, what you trolls fail to realize is you're messing with a mastermind. You guys broke into Taylor's account and pretended to be her, thinking I was going to get banned permanently. Because in getting banned this week, I found out who the real culprit was behind me getting banned last week. And it was you guys behind Taylor's account. How do I know it wasn't you guys being Taylor since last year? I mean, it would make sense since you guys changed up your speech patterns between last year and this year. It only makes sense that Taylor was never even real to begin with. Because see, what you trolls fail to realize is I'm good with studying speech patterns. And I studied between last year and now Taylor's speech patterns, and they don't add up. Which leads to one very simple conclusion, that she was fake. You guys have only proved two things. If I ever have kids, I will stand up and defend them no matter what. And now you guys are fucking idiots, wasting your time. Matter of fact, I was counting on you guys banning me for a week. I was counting on that. Because in doing so, you allowed me to find the real culprit. You allowed me to get rid of whatever evil lurked within my Facebook. You know, it's funny, you could have saved that trap for a later date when you really needed it. But instead, like a bunch of idiots, you sprung it way too early.
On October 5th, he would be doing a bunch of videos that are just rambling. In one video he made that day, he said that the trolls should take their talents and go after people like EDP and other predators and stop going after him because it's not worth it anymore and it's not worth bothering him anymore. He's just minding his own business and the trolls should just leave him alone. In another video, he talked about the trolls going after him again for being a predator. He said that he contacted the 3 branches of government. He said that if they had any problems, they could arrest him, and the 3 branches never thought that he was a predator. He really wants people to think that he's not a predator. He talks about how in Ohio, there's only 2 ways to do a sting operation. One has to be through police, and the other actually has to have a minor involved. Trying to educate people on this. He talks about his dad, and he says he wants nothing to do with his dad, and he's just an angry drunk that hangs out with the trolls.
All 3 branches of law enforcement. I have asked them the very same question, and I have shown them the screenshots from everything that went down. I showed them the live stream from that day. I sat down and I showed them and provided every ounce of proof that they needed to make their decision, their choice, so that if they could arrest me, I wouldn't be able to run. They were right there. I wouldn't have anywhere to run to. And I even told them myself that if they felt that they needed to arrest me, they could. And I wouldn't fight it. I wouldn't fight them arresting me. I would allow them to take me in, and then I can go to court and fight my case. Well, all 3 of the branches of law law enforcement said the exact same thing, that I need to be careful, more careful, of who I converse with and who I talk to. And I even asked when the FBI came out here about the whole thing with that low T guy or whoever he was. I asked those guys specifically because they didn't know who I was, so I explained my whole situation, and then they were like, oh, okay, you're him. What's going on? So I proceeded to explain my story and what I have been through and how it led up to everything. And these amazing FBI agents said the very same thing. And mind you, these were not Akron, Ohio FBI agents. These were agents from another county that came out here to talk to me and my stepdad about the whole thing because it was all over. So we literally had FBI agents, and because of the nature of the situation and how they did the illegal entrapment and the way they conducted the entrapment and the sting without utilizing law enforcement or giving law enforcement a heads up, would that still fall under me being, or would that be illegal entrapment? Those were my exact words to them. And their exact words to me were this, that you are not a pedophile, but you do need to be more careful with who you talk to. They said the only way that it could fall under is if I had attempted to meet up with one of these people under the assumption that they were underage. If they were to do that and I were to go out to try to meet up with them and they called the police and said, hey, we got here, get out here. If they were to do that, then yes, I could have been arrested. Here's how a sting really goes down. You get a hold of law enforcement ahead of time, and then you set up a sting to where that person then comes out to try to meet up with said minor. But really that minor is an adult, and that adult then goes out, meets up with said minor, and then they go one of two ways. Either that person gets arrested right on the spot and they get taken to jail right then and there, or in some cases, if it's a one-time thing, the police will give that individual a warning and tell them to show up for court and this and that and the other, and they will get court-ordered help. Sometimes that does happen. It's not very often that the court-ordered help does happen, but it does happen. It's very rare when it does. On the internet, we're poking fun at me for falling for that and doing all this evil stuff as a result. And all three branches, 2 FBI agents, 2 detectives, and about 5 to 10 different police officers all said the exact same thing. That makes them look bad. That makes them look bad. While yes, my dad has been retired for many years now. That is true. Is he dead to me? Yes. But the dad that I was raised around was in the military. That was my dad. This person that he is now, I don't know him, want nothing to do with him. So to me personally, this version of my dad that is out there now, that is drunk, hanging out with the trolls, doing stupid, that version of my dad is not the man that I once knew. To me, I don't know who that man is. To me, that man is a nobody. Raised me when he decided to turn tail. My dad, my father figure, lives back in Florida and was one of my teachers when I went to Roosevelt. That was my teacher. My teacher, that was my father figure. And I'm still good friends with that man to this very day. I still call him dad. I still talk to him on the phone every fucking day, checking in with him, seeing how he's doing. My father figure, he watches all my videos. He watches everything I do. And let me tell you right now, he's very fucking proud of what the fuck I'm doing. Because I'm doing something that not many have the balls to do. I am standing up for what is right, and I am doing what needs to be done. Now, is he okay with how I go about it and some of the stuff I say? Not necessarily, but he sees what I'm doing. He sees the end result of what I'm doing. He sees my vision and what I'm trying to do, and he's proud of that. No one sure as hell doesn't deserve to lose their job, to be labeled as something that they are not. No one deserves to have to live in fear. Hence why I have taken it upon myself to work alongside law enforcement, to work alongside the ADL, and to work alongside various other organizations to put a stop to this by telling them my story and explaining what I've went through.
We all know Chance lied to these officers and said everything to make himself look better than what actually happened and lied about his involvement. And the officers saying to Chance that you need to be careful to who you're talking to should have been a wake-up call to Chance to being like, yeah, if you do this again and you actually talk to someone in a sting operation and you actually show up, you are going to be arrested. They're telling him what you're doing isn't good. And even if he didn't get arrested, him being known as a predator is a big label that nobody wants to have. And people aren't going to be around you or want to associate with you because of that label. So even if he didn't get arrested, he still has a label. And that's the label he's trying to get rid of. That's why in all these videos, he's trying to clear his name. He's trying to blame it on the trolls for trying to make him look like a predator when he was the one who messaged somebody that he thought was a minor. Chance is really hoping that the ADL is going to do something. Most of these organizations and law enforcement that he talks to don't really do anything because they see Chance's record, they see his past, they see all these videos, and they realize that we don't want to help this person because we'll get a bad name. So it'll be funny when the ADL finds out all the things Chance has done and they don't want to help him anymore, and he starts to cry and whine saying nobody wants to help him. But that's all I have on Chance today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.